Save your money and see Deadpool 2 again. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 movies you can miss this summer.
Don't forget who you are.
This case is all I have left.
Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. For this list, we're taking a look at films being released in the summer 2018 season that have already received a negative reception from critics and audiences, as well as ones that seem poised to perform poorly. While we'd like to think that at least one of the films on this list might take us by surprise, we're willing to wager they're all bombs ready to go off.
I cannot stay out of this unbelievable chocolate.
It is weed bark, so maybe I would probably hold off from having any more. Just because,
What is it?
You have such
Number 10. How to Talk to Girls at Parties.
It's gonna be all right, just corner the one that looks the loneliest and speak in short sentences.
Aw man, this sucks. From Room to Moonlight, indie entertainment company A24 has been attached to some of the past decade's best films, but this quirky sci-fi comedy sadly isn't one of them. Based on a short story by Neil Gaiman, the film centers on a fish-out-of-water romance between a rebellious alien and punk rock human.
Now that is punk.
Do more punk to me.
The cast, which includes Elle Fanning, Alex Sharp, and Nicole Kidman, gives it their all, and director John Cameron Mitchell exhibits his signature inventive sense of style. Nevertheless, the plot is all over the place, making it hard to connect with any of the characters or themes. Just because a film is creative and weird doesn't automatically make it entertaining.
That was the future.
Number 9. Overboard.
You're very attractive for a carpet-cleaning lady, although you maybe could do something with your hair. Yeah. No, that's not it. It's your face.
It's been argued that Hollywood should remake bad movies rather than good movies. Even by that logic, though, who honestly thought an Overboard remake would be worthwhile? The original 1987 film centers on a spoiled aristocrat who gets amnesia, and an employee who sees this as an opportunity to exact revenge.
Don't you think there'd be some spark of recognition?
we don't know.
Maybe you'll spark to this.
This remake follows the same formula, albeit with a gender swap and more diverse cast. The new version doesn't do much to improve upon this premise, which could probably work in a half-hour sitcom, but gets tired fairly quickly at feature length. The one saving grace is Anna Faris, who always turns in 100%, even when the film itself is giving less than 50%.
You're really my wife?
For better or worse, baby.
Number 8. Replicas.
You and the kids died. I brought you back.
It's hard to watch the trailer for Replicas without rolling one's eyes. For starters, Keanu Reeves is a biologist. Give us a break. Then there's the movie's setup, which is about a man who tries to resurrect his family through the miracle of science. Now, we're just gonna take a wild guess and say that the moral of the story is that you can't cheat death or play God without dire consequences.
What if something horrible goes wrong? Something already has.
To be fair, just because a movie's premise is cliched doesn't mean it has to be executed poorly. Based on the stilted acting and melodramatic tone in the previews, though, this project seems like a poor imitation of better sci-fi movies.
I didn't defy every natural law there is just to lose you again.
Number 7. Duck, Duck, Goose.
I can't fly with the kids. They're childish.
Between Incredibles 2 and Hotel Transylvania 3, we can expect a profitable summer for the animated movie market. However, parents everywhere are likely keeping their fingers crossed that the kiddies don't drag them to see Duck, Duck, Goose. As if the title wasn't uninspired and lame enough, here's the premise. Jim Gaffigan voices Peng, a loner gander who reluctantly teams up with a couple of ducklings on a voyage south.
We got separated from our flock. Can you help us or not?
I would say I'm an or not.
Will our protagonist learn the value of friendship and family, influencing him to change his selfish ways? Is the trailer for this movie primarily comprised of bad bird puns and butt jokes? The answer to both of these questions is a resounding meh, just skip it. Number 6. Alpha.
My father always told me, survival is never certain.
After a stampede of CGI bison separate a young man from his family, he must trek through a brutal ice age. Along the way, he tames and befriends a wild wolf. gee, we haven't seen anything like this before, except for Life of Pi, The Revenant, and every movie ever made about a boy and his dog. Although Alpha is being categorized as a historical period drama, the so-called history sounds about as accurate as 10,000 BC. The trailer builds the film up as an epic, telling the audience to witness the origin of the relationship that changed our world forever. How can we take this material seriously, though, when the poster looks like this? Number 5. Future World.
Maybe I'm malfunctioning. I've never had this feeling before.
On the heels of winning a Golden Globe for The Disaster Artist, James Franco found himself at the center of a sexual misconduct scandal. While it's difficult to say what the future holds for Franco, it's safe to assume that this apocalyptic action flick isn't going to help his career. Franco not only co-directed Future World, but also stars as a warlord who specializes in chewing scenery.
I've been looking for you for a long time.
We get the impression that Franco and company were aiming to make a gritty B-movie where the audience is required to check their brain at the front door.
You say that like that's a bad thing or something, man.
Even if you go in with that mentality, however, it just comes off as a poor man's Mad Max. Number 4. Life of the Party.
No, we don't know where that's been. Oh God, it's full of hair.
Come on, let me at it.
No! Oh God, no!
Melissa McCarthy has proven time after time that she's one of our most gifted comedic stars, when given solid material.
I'm glad he's single, because I'm gonna climb that like a tree.
Her talents were underutilized in films like Tammy and The Boss, both of which were directed by Ben Falcone, her real-life husband. Falcone and McCarthy reteam once more for Life of the Party, a comedy that unfortunately falls short yet again. In addition to McCarthy, the film also squanders the likes of Gillian Jacobs, Maya Rudolph, and various others. McCarthy plays a middle-aged mother who goes back to college as her daughter enters senior year.
That's why somebody's mom just enrolled in college. I'm referring to myself. I'll see you around the quad.
Aside from providing few laughs, the plot rips off everything from back to school to an extremely goofy movie.
The only way to build your career is to go back to college.
College? Me? I was there in the 70s. I'm too old for that now.
Number 3. Terminal.
What do you want? You want money? Say whatever you want.
Oh, well, that is a very poor choice of words.
Fresh off an Oscar nomination for I, Tonya, Margot Robbie has officially secured her status as a bona fide A-lister. Alas, not even her charisma and charm could save this stinker. A film that's all style and no substance, Terminal is a bizarre mashup of different ideas that simply don't mesh well together. While the sets and cinematography are sure to entice anybody who appreciates neo-noir, the film can never decide whether it's supposed to be a cheeky satire or a legit thriller.
Want my advice?
Not really.
Just end it.
The only thing more confused than the movie's tone is some of the casting choices. We love Simon Pegg and Mike Myers, but their unique talents feel misplaced in this unpleasant mess.
404 going north.
404 is an age away. It's not time that I'm trying to kill.
Number 2. Breaking In.
I'm just a mom. You have no clue what I'm capable of.
Every once in a while, a movie comes along that clearly would have been better suited for the Lifetime channel, but somehow managed to get a theatrical release. While the blameless Gabrielle Union actually received some pretty strong reviews for her performance here, the praise ended there. The leading lady aside, Breaking In was heavily criticized for its laughable dialogue, recycled plot, and zero subtlety.
I will do anything to protect my kids.
Do exactly what I say, or you and your kids will not survive this night.
We guess there's at least a positive message about female empowerment and motherhood at its core, but there are so many better girl power movies you could be watching instead. Between Your Next and Panic Room, there are also plenty of other home invasion thrillers to choose from. Number 1. Show Dogs.
I give props to hip-hop, so hip-hop, hooray!
Viva Las Vegas.
Hey!
Stop! What kind of dog likes hip-hop?
Will Arnett, what are you doing in this movie? We all know that you can be hilarious, and there are a dozen projects that would benefit from your comedic chops. So why sign up for a talking dog movie from the same director who brought us Beverly Hills Chihuahua? Whatever Arnett's mindset was, we have a good feeling that he spent a good portion of this shoot thinking to himself,
I've made a huge mistake.
This buddy cop movie is a bit like Turner and Hooch meets Miss Congeniality, which is about as stupid as it sounds.
A baby panda was stolen, and they're using the dog show as a front for animal smuggling.
I'm working undercover.
It doesn't help that one scene was accused of grooming children for sexual abuse. Seriously, who was this movie made for?
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from WatchMojo and subscribe for new videos every day.